Hello everybody, can you hear me? Let me check the connection. Let me check the connection. It's okay? It's working? Good. It was a little bit problem with connection, but okay. Glad to see you. Glad to hear you. And you're connecting with me. Where are you now? That's for me, it's always very interesting to know where, from which part of the world are you connecting with me? This is real. I'm connecting with you now, being in Germany. Being in Germany, South Germany, to be exact, near the beautiful city of Trier. And we are going to talk about the very important subject today. But starting from the beginning, today we have the language challenge. Number 8 out of 52. So welcome you. So this channel is to challenge yourself, challenge myself included, to learn the new language from the beginning, from zero to the communicative level. I'm now in Germany because I moved to Germany. Right now it's almost 8 years ago, with the aim to learn German language as fast as possible, and I haven't been speaking any German before. I had German in public school, in primary school, but to be honest, I couldn't learn anything there. It was 5 years of learning, which brought me nothing. Don't worry, it was the same for 99% of the people who were pupils who were learning in the school. So I had really the same. That wasn't any difference. And then I started to learn English, and it was in school very also similar story, but at least English I liked. So I started to learn English and improve it myself mostly. And then I started to work, and I decided to move, and with my wife also, we moved to Austria and to Germany. My aim was to learn German language as fast as possible. Unfortunately, I had to go through tens and tens of apps and tens of YouTube channels how to learn, and also a lot of books how to learn, a lot of methods how to approach learning. And for me, the most important, the crucial was to be able to communicate with my mouth. The speaking communication, voice communication was the critical, the most important focus for me in terms of learning. It wasn't about writing, it wasn't about typing, because even this few years ago was possible through Google Translate. And right now it's even easier, because you can translate the whole website with Google Translate, right click and translate to your language. Somebody can write you in Mandarin, Hungarian, Hindi, and you just translate it to English or to whichever language you are learning. Maybe you are from Germany. You can translate to German language, any language in the world, just using the Google Chrome in seconds. The same you can do with emails. When you receive a on Gmail, the email from anybody, you just press it, translate it, and you have it. So there's no need for now to learn the reading, the writing language. If you see the sign in restaurant, you see menu in restaurant, you just put their mobile phone, scan it, and it will translate for you in real time. The pictures, the menus, it is just so easy now. What is not easy is to actually communicate, to communicate in the language with the words communication. And for this we have this challenge. So you can learn communicating level, to communication in the new language. For me, I was speaking only English before I left. Polish, I'm native Polish, and then English before I left Poland. And then I had to learn communication in German as fast as possible. And that was for me very critical. And in the first 6 months, I went through, as I said, tens of apps, tens of books and channels on YouTube how to learn. I attended few courses. Unfortunately, only few of those things are working. That's why I wrote also the book Speak German, just to show also the things which were working really for me, for German. And with this, I also started this channel. 2020, I started this channel. It was called that time German with Radomir, where I put there just a translation of the songs, beautiful songs. Some of the mostly German German artists, for example, Sarah Connor, Scorpions, but also others. And I also put their translation from the trailers of the movies or parts of the movies, just to also show some German culture, which is very interesting culture, by the way. But with this, I started this channel, and I also was thinking that maybe I'm on something. And I started, okay, let's start to learn Spanish, new language. I have never been learning Spanish. I didn't speak any Spanish, zero Spanish, but I was, really, Spanish would be nice to speak. And at that time, I was still on the way to improve my German, to be so communicative as in English, so that anybody can wake me up in the night and ask something in German I could understand. So that was my aim, and that's my aim if in any language. And then I said, let's start Spanish. Why not? I loved Spanish. I love to learn also the idea to start to speak Spanish. And that was, beginning of the year, and I was thinking, yeah, let's do it. And I after 1 year, I already learned like 4,000 words in Spanish. And I mean, the ways I'm learning, I really put it in the book, but most of them, it was like Anki cards up when I was typing the words I'm going to learn. And for this, which words? I was using YouTube to find which words are the most frequently used words. I mean, I'm talking about this all the time on the channel. It's synthetic way. It's I put it in the book Speak German, or in the book in Spanish by the way, Habla Alemán, which means also speak Spanish, or if somebody is not Spanish on the other side. And then I thought it would be nice to learn Spanish, and I put it as the focus for myself for the new year. And that's exactly what we are going to talk about today, because that's the end of the year 2025. And it's time for reflection also, to think, did we do enough? Did we do a lot in 2025 in challenging ourselves in learning new things like a language? Do you know that there's almost 100% guarantee that you will earn more when you will be speaking the foreign language to the communicative level? You just need to find the employer who is looking for people who are communicative level in the language you are intending to learn. There can be Spanish companies which want to go to your market and they need Spanish speaking people. They can be German companies, of course, because they are fourth biggest economy in the world, which are looking for people who speak German so they can communicate internally between the countries, and you can be this connector. This is just normal thing. And in the end, it can be French companies. That's the challenge also for me to learn French, because it's also very useful language in the world. They can be Italian fashion, Italian perfumes, Italian design is known all over the world. But not only this, you have a lot of other sectors which are very strong. And there may use also the people who were speaking communicative level in Italian. And did we do enough in this year to progress, to challenge ourselves to learn the new language? Yeah, that's the challenge, And this is time, December, where we can be really honest with ourselves. Did we do enough? And for me, myself, I did. I did challenge myself. I was thinking about learning French language for years, and I was procrastinating this. I should start it 2 years ago. I didn't. So I should start a year ago. I didn't. So I was thinking, Probably it's also time to start doing this now. Better earlier than later. I think would be also worth to say that in the end of the year we should think also that our life should have a more purpose. And we can also give with our example the light of example to our family, our friends, that some things are just possible because you want to make it possible. You want to make it happen. And you can give this example to your friends, to your family, with learning new language. Do you know that 90% of the people actually want to speak the new language? They are dreaming to learn the new language. Not many of those people actually achieve this goal. I know why. I went through so many apps and so many books and courses for learning new language to teach you new language that I know they gave up on the way because they are just pointless wasting of energy. That's why I also founded this channel. That's why I'm also here on this live webinar to also encourage you to challenge yourself to learn, because there are easy ways to learn. I have it in, if you want it in a synthetic way, there are in the books, there are on Amazon, those ways, but if not, just stay with me. That's why I make these webinars also. And by the way, I want to open the group of mentoring group from starting next 2026, so the new year, starting in new year, where we'll be meeting every week for 1 hour, and we can communicate between ourselves and motivate ourselves, and also be accountable for ourselves to learn faster, learn more effective. And I can guarantee you this, that after 12 months you will be communicating the new language. Why? Because it's a matter of consequences and learning regularly. So then your brain is always refreshed with the new language. It's always focused to learn new language. And don't you worry, you can have family, you can have a job, and you can have a business, and you can still do it, because it requires only few minutes a day. Well, I do have, the books are behind me, those are about learning languages, but this is here, for example, this one here is about the development business, about real estate. Those articles here are about me, about real estate, how I was building things. This here is about real estate, how to invest in real estate. You can still do it, I do it. I'm personally also director of sales of one of the company. This is my job, and those are my businesses, and I can still learn the new language, and this is what I'm sure about, because I did it. I did it last few years with Spanish, and I did it last few years in German, where I can speak German, and I can go on interview and speak all interview in German. I can go and speak all interview in Spanish also, because that's the communicative way of learning. And you can do it also. Can you imagine how much worth will be for you, how much value will be for you to speak the new language to the communicative level? Is it English? Maybe it will be German. Maybe there will be Spanish. Maybe there will be French or something. Do you know that there is 100% sure that when you are earning on that on some kind of level, and you are learning, and you will learn to the communicative level another language, that you will have at least 20%, 30% increase of your net salary. This is because you will learn, and then you have other opportunities. You can suddenly search on LinkedIn or Indeed or other websites for jobs. You can search, whoa, fluent French, whoa, fluent German. And you can do it, and with this you are suddenly exposed to hundreds and hundreds of offers all over the world for French speaking, German speaking, Italian speaking, English speaking employees, directors, coordinators, managers, because you are speaking new language, the language of the company who is looking for representatives. And I did it. I was using my German very actively being in Germany. For this, I tell you one, if you can think, oh, wow, you were in Germany, so obviously it's not so obvious. I tell you, the big two employers, I was working for them, their culture required them to speak English everywhere. Or emails, there was a German company based in Germany, being in Germany. Those companies had always, no, all emails have to be in English. All communication inside the company should be in English. Because they said, we have international culture. We speak only English. But you know what? You know how big advantage for them was that the whole interview was in German. They just wanted to say, just on the telephone, they asked me, I went through really tens and tens of interviews, if not 100, on telephone and personal, really. Not in Germany, but for also for UK, for Norway, for Denmark, for Austria. But what I wanted to say, when they were calling me and I could actually prove or answer them in German, for example, there was for the German company, I could answer them in German, and we were talking the interview or just researching or just investigating my experience in German, and they said, okay, how about your English? And just English, it just or for me it was so well, after I learned it, it took me a lot of years to learn it because I was approaching this bad way, school way, so it took me 10 years actually. But after I learned it, I could say just few sentences, and they said, okay, obviously you speak English very good, so it doesn't matter. Anyway, then we came back to German, and how easy for me was to go and interview where the culture required English. And there was, 50 candidates like me speaking English. And then I was saying, okay, but machen wir das ganze Interview auf Deutsch. Lass uns auf Deutsch sprechen. Okay, was wollten Sie fragen? Was sollten Sie wissen? Okay, wann ist Interview? Oder können Sie etwas sagen über die neue Stelle? Oder können Sie sagen, was ist die Erwartungen? If I could just told them in German, whole interview, they were so relaxed. They see, oh, right, that's the guys on another level. I just because of the language, it's not because of my experience, but just said, okay, maybe we required somebody will be fluent in English. But when you show them that you speak their native language, it's just another level. And I'm sure I beat with this way 80% of other candidates. And also, when you appear on the interview in personal, you can just say few sentences in English because they were required this in English. But when you are speaking with them, also they're half of interview or most of the interview in their language, which for me was German, and I could go easy now also and have entrevista en español. No hay problema. They could also feel so relaxed. Okay, this guy speaks our language. And just a small tip, if you are looking for a new job. The first and the most important thing you want to interview, so to make them feel that you are one of them. And the language is the guarantee, key, the step to make it happen. You can make it with a lot of things, also with your competences. You can use your experience to show them that you belong to the company. But with the language, it's just a 100% effective way to feel them, okay, right, this guy speaks our language even. He's got experience comparable to another 20 candidates, but he speaks this language, so, okay, now let's go back to business, yeah? And then let's get down to the details, but after they see that they can actually trust, they feel so comfortable with this. And and this way exactly, this is what I wanted to say today also. With learning the new language, you can progress with your salary much faster. It can be worth for you, $500 per month more. In 1 year, it will be $6,000 in 1 year. So much can change when you will start to be communicative level in the foreign language. So much so, yeah. You can just, if you are just depressed in your new job, just really learn the new language. It can take you 6 months, maximum 12 months, and you can be communicative in the new language. That's the challenge. That's the language challenge. You have to challenge yourself. But then, next year, in December, you can be on a different place. So I encourage you to do it. I keep the fingers crossed, and really encourage you also to today, in the coming days, to think about, did we progress? Did we challenge ourselves enough this year to be fluent, to communicate, to learn the new language? If an answer is no, let's do it. Let's start from January. Not as only the New Year's resolution. Let's do it New Year's resolution. Do you know 90% of the people which makes New Year's resolutions, they give up in few weeks and they are back to the business, the old themselves. I don't like it. I hate it. That's why I'm here. That's why I challenge myself. That's why I challenge myself in October, not waiting for January. And you shouldn't wait also. Let's join if you want a more structured learning, go for the books. They are in Amazon. If you want to know my story, also this, my story, no problem. If you want to get down to the weekly learning with me, of course, go to these lives, but I made a small mentoring group where we'll be going step by step the learning. So join me also. I hope I can help you. I did help you now, and I know I can help you with learning, with learning your new language to communicative level, because I did it already in 2 languages. Well, I speak 3 foreign languages, and I'm intending to speak 4th new language. That will be French. French challenge for me, and I will do it. Next year, December, we'll talk about it, and I can even have this in French. Why not? Because this is just possible with the ways. Well, I discovered to learn when I was learning German, and I improved when I was learning Spanish, and now I'll use it also for French. And I know this method can lead me to learn any language I would love to speak. And you can do it also too. So, happy Christmas to you, and happy, successful New Year. I see you next week, 28th of December also. 6 o'clock p.m. Central European Time, and I see you there, and we are going to talk about the New Year's resolutions also. But I would like that you think also about how much, and reflect on how much did you do this year to improve your language, and how much can change for you to when you will be speaking communicative level of the new language challenge. You have any questions, please write me here, or if you want to join the group, please write me in the on my website, radomirsejdak.pl. It is in the description of the channel, it is in the description of this live. Write me on the contact forms that you want to join. Please write me there. You can also write me in the comment section, why not? Let's make it public, and I will answer you, and we'll connect, and I can find out, and we can talk. How can I help you with this? What language you're intending to learn? What is your level now? For what you are going to need it for a job, for tourists, or for your couple, for your family life? No problem. It's all it's for all manageable, and it's all manageable and doable. And we can talk 12, and we can go for the group 12 months. And after 12 months, you'll be totally different person. Not only that you can improve yourself, but you can improve your salary, your family life, and your life in general, because you will see what things are possible. With this, I would like to thank you very much for today. Let's stay in contact, and Happy Christmas, frohe Weihnachten, wesołych świąt, Feliz Navidad.